Welcome and thank you for joining this Grow Money Trading course orientation. Um, I know some of you would have heard about our course, got to know about the course through some of your connections, or you would have been part of GMT uh, community. In this session, we will give you overview which will help you feel confident to enroll in the course and get to understand how we will be taking you when you enroll in the course. If you are here just to understand about the course and its content, that's still fine as well. And if you have any questions, as mentioned earlier, feel free to interrupt us and ask. So, just a quick overview of the agenda. We will be introducing us. Vivek sir gave a quick icebreaker. I'll touch upon a bit on that and then talk through the GMT course, course schedule, and then we'll take you through the course content so that you understand why you should be enrolling in the course, some of the course inclusions, fees, and then we'll open up for Q&A. Although you are free to ask us any questions during the presentation. Just to give a quick glimpse of Grow Money Trading as a group. So we um, started back in January 2020, where we started through a small WhatsApp group, which within few months grew into more than 5 WhatsApp groups because WhatsApp had limitation, and then we were meeting weekly to discuss the stocks, indexes, and various opportunities that the market had. The success of our um, community led us to expand over various social platforms. You can find us on any of these social platforms that are listed here. Um, as we were growing, many of the community members requested us that we should um, come up with a course that could help beginners to um, start trading in the North American market, especially US and Canada. And for those who were trading actively, even they asked us that the things that we were discussing over the weekend could definitely be a contribution that the community members can formally enrich through a structured course. And that led us to um, register us back in June 2021, and then we launched our website. We started with uh, what we called it as Grow Money Trading Beginners Course, which we ran for 2 batches. And uh, the success of those batches, we have Mohit here who has joined from one of those batch, and the results that we received from the learners who had taken our course encouraged us to expand this to a full-fledged course, which we call it as Grow Money Trading course, which helps people to trade stocks, ETFs, crypto, and also other trading instruments. um, the course is structured to help you start from zero and scale up in terms of the trading technical skills so that you can trade independently and make consistent profits. We also have our advanced course, which is intended more for futures and options, as some of the active traders are interested in trading high risk and high reward instruments like futures and options, which we call it as GMT advanced course. In terms of the GMT team, the instructors who would be associated with the upcoming batch that's starting next week, myself, I'm Kamal. The majority of you would be familiar with me or would have interacted with me. Um, uh, just before we started, you heard from Mr. Vivek Bhatia. He is our head instructor and um, has been the pioneer in behind the structure course that we have. And when you listen to him in the course, you will definitely fall in love with trading. His passion for teaching and his uh, experience of day-to-day trading with a full-time experience trader, you'll definitely see that, and just following his trades you would learn a lot. And we also have Aditya Chala, who is also here in Canada in Niagara Falls. He is our data expert and takes some of the key topics in the course. In terms of the upcoming course, you can find the information on our website growmoneytrading.com. I'll take you there in few minutes. The batch that is starting next week, and it's starting on Sunday, unlike our previous batches where we used to start on Saturday. This time we are starting on Sunday due to our instructors availability. So we'll be starting next Sunday. You can find the information on this course webpage. We'll be going there. And then we also have the advanced course, which tentative date we have kept 7th December, depending upon how many learners are interested. We do get one or two interest, but primarily the GMT uh, course creates the base which is suitable for those who are trading options as well. And also we have uh, started Grow Money Trading Alerts and Portfolio Assistance. This is a subscription based service that we started a couple of months back. We have had good rise in numbers members who are subscribing for alerts or for portfolio assistance. In alerts we provide the trades with buy price, sell price, and um, stop loss, as well as multiple targets. In case of portfolio assistance, we help you to um, make sure that your portfolio keeps growing. If it is in loss, we help you in recovering the loss, and make sure that it goes on a growing trend and your portfolio grows over the period of time. So just bringing the focus of this session to the course, I'll take you to the uh, GMT website. So I believe you would have accessed the Grow Money Trading course website. So this is the course that we would be talking here. We started this course back in 2021, and we have successfully over 16 batches of this course. This course is curated for anyone who wants to either begin trading or have been trading for some time, but is not well versed in the technicals. So we make sure that through this course you learn the fundamentals and technical skills in trading stocks, ETFs, cryptocurrencies, or any financial instruments that are being traded in any global exchange. The course is curated so that as a learner of this course, you equipped with skill that can help you start trading and become an independent trader over the period of time with the skills that you acquire through the course. The GMT team of instructors are here to help you in this journey of acquiring this skill, which can be there with you for life, and you would be becoming a self-reliant trader through the support of the instructors, so that you can determine on your own at what price you should enter, at what price you should exit, when you should trade, when you should just hold, or when you should just do nothing and watch the market movement. The course gives you information so that you grow as a trader step by step from zero to the level that makes you feel uh, comfortable in executing trade on your own consistently. Through this course, we don't guarantee that you would be taking 10 out of 10 profitable trades. We never claim about that. However, we teach you skills which can be helpful for you to be 60 to 70% uh, success in your trades. With that success rate, you would see that your portfolio would grow over the period of time. In terms of the course schedule, the batch starts next Sunday and will continue this until 9th of November. In between, because it's a festive season, so we would be giving 1 weekend break for Diwali. That's why it's a 5 week batch, unlike our 4 week batch usually. And we would be starting the class at 10:30. Uh, Typically, we mention as 2.5 hours, but when Vivek sir teaches the technical topics, the class goes beyond 3 hours. So just a heads up, and also depends upon the number of questions that people ask. We make sure that the learners' queries are answered, and the class time start time is what it's mentioned here, or we also start half an hour earlier to take queries, but we never push to close the class at 1 p.m. If there are questions, we make sure that all the questions are answered. The classes will be on Saturdays and Sundays. We'll be taking the class online on Google Meet. We also know that some of you sometimes are busy and cannot attend the live class. Although we encourage you to attend the live interactive class, wherein you get to hear the queries from other learners, and you can ask your questions on the spot. But if due to some personal reasons you can't attend, then we do share the recordings on your registered Gmail ID. So with that, I'll invite Vivek sir, who has been waiting patiently to talk about the course and what you will learn in this course.
Thank you, Kamal. But before I take off and talk to you about the course, I just want to ask all of you here, apart from Mohit and Aditya and Kamal, how many of you are trading regularly or wanting to learn trading for the first time? So, how many of you are here who are freshers who have never traded in life and now want to learn trading first time? Please unmute and answer that so that helps you to understand what kind of a platform do I have. Yes, Raj. Have you?
Uh, yeah, I have traded actually. I have some investment in the Indian market
All
and
right.
in and here in North America, I have traded few funds. I have Apple and Tesla, like
That's all right.
fraction
But
investment,
have you
and
learned
that's it
trading?
actually.
Have you learned it or you are just trading on tips?
No, I'm just trying my own, but I used to follow, I used to attend our previous sessions back in 2000,
All right.
I mean, back 2, 3 years back. So there
Yeah.
I learned little bits
There you
and
go.
then
No,
I stopped
wonderful.
actually. But now I want to
So you're
continue
as
again.
good as you're a good clean slate to start teaching you and learning. So I am looking for clean slate learners as we can then mold you the way proper should be done. Anybody else has
Yeah.
a trading experience, or it could be Arif or Mitul or Ramesh or Amit.
I'm a fresher. Let's look at that way.
Oh, lovely. Then you will be one of my favorite students in case if you join me.
For sure.
Lovely, lovely. All right. Mohit was anyway the past student, so I'm not going to ask him. Arif and Ramesh,
I traded a bit, but like there was during the 2020-22 cycle, I stopped it.
the COVID cycle.
Uh, I wouldn't say
But have
cycle,
you
but
have
the-
have you have you been trained as a trader? Have
not
you ever studied?
per se. Mostly self-learning and just following the crowd. I would say. Like,
Lovely. All right.
yeah, I bought some Tesla when it split from 2000 to 500. Like they gave a 1 to 4 split, something like that, right? So
Yeah.
during those time, but it's just following market news and
Great.
just trial and error kind of thing.
Lovely. Lovely. So now, if you join the course, you will realize what were the errors you made,
Yes,
because
yes,
errors is the best teacher in the market. right?
Yeah,
And
right. Yeah.
whatever error you do is the best teacher in the market, and then you realize, oh, I wish I had known this, so I would have avoided the error. In hindsight, you can avoid all errors, but in actual trading, you can never avoid an error. That error will be committed by the best of traders. But the idea
Yep.
is to become trained so that you make less number of errors that you can make. RF, any suggestions from you? Your experience? All right. Yes,
I'm also not a regular trader. I just learn it from like Warren Buffett theory. Having if you have a good stock at cheap prices, so buy it and
hmm,
hold it and see. I'm just doing that
perf-
thing, no technical analysis, but doing that.
perfect advice. You are actually doing partially to what I teach as a special course of how do you build wealth or a legacy portfolio. That is called legacy investment or smart investment. That is what I would actually give you a separate course separately. All right. Now coming back to what we do at GMT. So basically, what I'm getting as a brief of the entire group that I'm addressing just now is that you people are almost freshers and are keen to learn. Now, most of you are above 30, 35 is what I would assume. So if you are now keen to learn at this age, it just tells me one thing, that you want to expand your horizon of earning money, earning some wealth, right? And trading is one good way where you can build up a second line of income without disturbing your principal earnings stream. Now, what I tell all my students, I don't call them students, I call them learners, because each one of them is coming to learn a new skill from us, right? Now, how did we start the training session? How did we think about it? Because we ourselves, when we learned it from different people in an unstructured manner. Whatever is available in the market, some of them are structured. I can't say all of them are unstructured. Some of them are structured. But the quantum of structured courses is very, very little, very small. So it's good to learn something in a structured manner, because as a past trader or as an experienced trader, I know exactly how my learning curve should grow. And I will take it in a step by step manner. And if you realize it, that in the 4 weeks that we will do trading, or the 8 days that you will learn from us, you realize that you actually learned a large chunk of information. But all the information that you will learn will be useless if you can't practice it, which is why, unfortunately, with GMT, we make it a point to give you homework. So at the age of 30 plus, you'll go back to school and doing your homework. And that homework is only being done so that you can practice what you have learned. That's the only reason why the homework is given. Because the more you practice, the more skilled you will get. Right? So what as a head instructor or as a curator of the course, what am I looking for? I'm looking for learners who are clean slates, who can be taught from fresh in a structured manner. In the process, we will share with you our experiences, as well as we will share with you our twist that we give in every trading strategy that is available, that is being taught to you. Right? Most of the YouTube channels will talk about all these things. In our website, we have given you what are the topics we cover. In case if you don't want our course, feel free. You know what topics we're going to teach you. Feel free to go to YouTube and search. You will learn. But for every topic that we have talked to you, you will at least get about 1,000, 1,500 videos on the same topic. Why we are charging you is because we are concising it, making it important, and teaching you exactly what is most important for you to skill yourself. I am never bothered about the mathematical formula about anything in the world. I am more bothered about how am I going to use that formula for myself. That is what you should understand. That now, most of you are either engineers or have done mathematics till your class 10th back home. You all have learned geometry, you all have learned algebra, you all have learned a lot of information in mathematics. How much of that have you been able to utilize? If you ask me, I think profit and loss, percentage, probability and all that is up to that is sufficient. I did not require cos tan theta at all in my trading career. But if I have that knowledge, I can use that further. Right? So we will give you information what is most important. Now, what is the course that is going to be content that is going to be taught to you? We will first start off by introducing what the markets are, which stock markets are there in which part of the world, which ones can you trade, which ones you cannot trade. So that is the first thing. Basic about what stock markets are. Right? Now, you very well know, since most of you are in Canada, Canada has got not one, but two exchanges. One for the TSX, which is the regular exchange, and another one, which is TSV, which is talking about penny stocks. US has got multiple exchanges. You have NASDAQ, you have Dow Jones, you have CMX, and it goes on. Do you know how many exchanges are there in India? Don't tell me two. It is not BSE, NSE alone. You have MCX also, which is in the GIFT City. You have the Delhi Stock Exchange. You have the Ahmedabad Stock Exchange. You have the Kolkata Stock Exchange. So there are about 7, 8 exchanges within the country. And what do we know of? We know of only basically know of two. These are the ones which are most predominantly traded upon. So we will talk to you about exchanges that are there, available, where you can trade freely. Now, you and I don't want to trade where there is no liquidity. We want to trade where there is liquidity. So you trade on big established exchanges. What then next do we do? We will introduce to you terms of what terminology we will be talking about. What's a support? What's a resistance? What's a Bollinger Band? What's an RSI? Now, RSI is an abbreviation word for a long indicator. What's a CCI? Again, an abbreviated word. We will talk about what are the terms we will use. Why? We will be talking about, I'm going to be introducing you to the words so that these words start falling on your ears and you are correlating to what they are meaning. Right? Thereafter, we will teach you a trick which 90% of professional traders use but never acknowledge. Never in the world will they acknowledge it, but they will use only that. But they will never acknowledge it. So we here are going to talk to you about those things. That's why we say we are the experienced people who have learned it by creating our own losses, but learned it in a haphazard manner, giving it to you in a structured manner. So you will learn, start fresh. That is nothing but a support and resistance. If you can identify a support and resistance, you don't need anything else to trade upon. Even if you are an institutional trader or an investor like a Warren Buffett also uses only support and resistances. He does not use RSI, he does not use EMA, he will never use Bollinger, he will never use the indicators. He will only use support and resistances. All big institutions trade only on supports and resistances. And they will never admit to it. Nowhere in Warren Buffett's writing or any institution writing, they will tell you, oh, I'm waiting for a support to come to start getting my fingers wet to buy. So that is the most important thing. So we talk about supports and resistances. Now, when we talk about support and resistance, the first thing that we do is we introduce a topic to you and then we dirty your hands. Why do we say dirty your hands? We will actually make you roll up your sleeves, draw supports and resistances, not on the pavements of Canada, but on the screens of your laptops or your desktops. You will learn to draw them. That's why we mean dirtying your hands, because you can never do it right the first time. You have to keep practicing it. So you dirty your hand, practice your drawing your supports and resistances, get attuned to it, and once you get attuned to drawing supports and resistances, You will tell us, come on, Vivek, so there is no support there. Why do you want to buy it? You will question Kamal. Why are you buying it when there is no support there? Because you are able to identify it. So you can question the other traders why. Ask him the logic why is he doing it. So support and resistances and drawing it, dirting your hands are most important. Now, like support and resistances, you also have a second thing called trend lines, which is like support and resistance. A trending line is a line which tells you the past history, how the stock has moved, and if it is moving up, where is the lower low, higher low coming up. So I'll be liking to buy near a higher low, right? And when the trend line changes, what is the trend line changes? Well, he's changed his direction. He was climbing, suddenly he becomes flattened and wants to move sideways. After the climb, you suddenly don't fall down. You climb up, you are climbing a staircase, you climb up, you reach the foyer, you want to rest, catch your breath, you move sideways before you take the next climb, steps climbing up or climbing down. So that is sideways movement. So we'll talk about all of that. And that is when we talk about trend lines. After having done all that, we will start talking to you about candlesticks. Now, candlesticks is a very complex system of understanding price of a stock. Now, in the stock market, price is most important. So by the time we start doing candlestick patterns and others, you will have learned one more language. You will have learned a language of understanding what a candlestick is trying to tell you, what is happening in the market, and what can happen in the future. If the candlestick tells you what can happen in the future or what is a probable action that can happen in the future, you can get a probability trade, a trade where you will make money. So we talk about candlesticks. Now, candlesticks, there are umpteen number of candlesticks. There are many books which have been written about candlesticks. I or this group will not teach you all of that. But we will teach you important candlestick patterns which are sufficient for you to make your profits. And if you ask me personally, simple candlestick patterns, I only look at 2 or 3, maximum 2 or 3. Complex candlestick patterns, again 2 or 3. So I'm talking about 6 candlestick patterns that I will look at out of a complex candlestick pattern of almost about 200 candlestick patterns. What is easier to remember, 6 or 200? 200 will confuse you more and more. 6 will be easy to identify. Now, with those 6 candlestick patterns, how much profit margins do you expect to generate? You will be approximately, on an annualized basis, be generating approximately about 20 to 25% at least with just 6 candlestick patterns. I will not take a claim of 100% or 200% or 50% because those are claims which are made by people who wish to sell you their course, their services. We wish to teach you. We wish that you become learned enough to fish and trade on your own without using Kamal's tips, without using my aid. Within the next 4 to 5 weeks, 5 weeks in this batch, after 5 weeks, you should become independent trader. You should be able to take your trades on your own. If not at the end of 5 weeks, at the end of 10th week, yes. Because you will finish off your course in 5 weeks and you will take about 4 to 5 weeks to practice and become good. Now, when you start practicing, why do we think GMT is around? We are there because we want you to bounce off your ideas with us and we can tell you how you can improve. That is the hand holding that we will give you. It is not only for 5 weeks. Our hand holding will go on for as long as you desire. Of course, the course content of the brochure says, I think 1 year, but here I'm telling you, we give that hand holding for you as long as you desire. Right? So we talk about candlestick patterns, both simple and complex. After the candlestick patterns, we also look at chart patterns. Now, chart patterns is nothing but multiple candles coming together and what is happening in the charts. Now, what is this talking about? This is talking about in the past what has happened when such a chart pattern was formed and what happened after that. And market being cyclic in nature, being repetitive in nature, you expect a similar recurring happenings on the chart patterns being formed. Again, strike rate 75 to 80 or 85% upper limit. That 15-20% negative strike rate will always be there. Right? So we will do all of that. Now, there are a lot of chart patterns. There are head and shoulders. There are cup and handle, double bottom, double top, triple tops, gap patterns. All of this can be discussed and can be taught and will be taught. Right? After we have finished discussing candlesticks, we will now start talking about strategies of how you can use free indicators available to you on the web, on all your trading platforms, and use those indicators by tweaking them if required to make your profits on a regular basis. Tweak them and use them on a regular basis. Now, what indicators will be using? We'll be using moving averages. Moving would be simple and exponential. Both the moving averages will be taught to you. We will be talking about MACD, again an acronym for moving average convergence and divergence. Moving average convergence and divergence. A very widely used indicator. But all the YouTubes which talk about MACD, as it is fondly called by traders, MACD, will talk about the default settings. They will never tell you how we as traders change the default settings to our liking. We will teach you that. We will teach you exactly what you should tweak so that you can get an alert of what the trade can happen in ahead of what the market tells you. Volume indicators, momentum indicators. Momentum is again what? RSI, Williams R, and CCI. Three indicators in the same one. And then you have volatility, which is ATRs and Bollinger Band. Now, to be honest, I use my Bollinger Band and I love my Bollinger Band strategies. After teaching you all the strategies of every indicator, our penultimate section, that is the 7th day class, is when I teach you a khichdi, a complete mixture of using all the indicators that you have learned along with Bollinger Band and seeing how the effect works. And that is when you will start saying, now I am looking at a proper trading setup. Right? Now, after all of that, after finishing our Japanese candlesticks on the last day or on the penultimate day, I'll also talk about two more candlestick patterns. Right? They are called Renko and they are called Heikin-Ashi. Two more candlestick patterns, both again Japanese. So all three Japanese candlestick patterns. Now look at the importance of these candlestick patterns. All the three Japanese candlestick patterns are all from Japan. None from Europe, none from America. So you can see how advanced the Western world is. We are still learning from the Japanese candlestick patterns. So that advanced even them. Right? Betul, please carry on. I understand you have important things to carry on. Right? So we will look at Renko and Heikin-Ashi candles. That is the day I am always very scared. A lot of learners give me brickbats on that day. Why have you wasted four weekends for us? I get a lot of brickbats on that day. Right? So we will then, after teaching you all the strategies, talk to you about how do you screen stocks to trade in. You can't trade in every stock. So we'll teach you trading or screening of stocks, stock screeners, trade screeners, right? Thereafter, we will teach you how do you manage your money, what is the psychology involved in trading, both as investor, as a trader, and what is the market psychology. Now, when all this is being done, in case if you don't have an account holding, haven't opened account in TFS accounts or RSP accounts or personal trading accounts, Kamal and Aditya will also help you what kind of an account that you can open up. Mind you, we will only suggest what kind of accounts you can open up. You have to open your account yourself. They will themselves tell you how you can trade on these accounts, what are good, what is bad, what are the pros and cons of each account. They can guide you for any questions you have in account opening as well as account operations. Right? So you learn trading platforms, you learn risk reward ratios, you learn risk management, you learn psychology. And the end of it, Kamal will be honored in giving you certificates so that honoring you for having spent 8 weekends or 8 week weekend mornings with us. For 4 weekends, you will be with us. Right? Now, what is it that we require from all of you? We require a clean slate mind. We require laptops connections, and we require dedicated learners. Now, Kamal did brief you on that we have a fixed time to start. So we will also give you a bonus learning in the process. We will teach you discipline, which no other training institute of trading or stock market will teach you. We will teach you discipline. The discipline of coming on time. We will not wait whether Kamal is there or not. The session will start. Kamal will not wait whether Vivek is there or not. Session will start. The world doesn't wait for neither Kamal or Vivek. When the markets have to open, whether Vivek is enjoying breakfast with his family, the markets will open irrespective of that. So that is the discipline that we will bring in, that we will tell you when we start the session, we will start the session. Whether you're there or not is your loss. We will, however, never end the session till the queries are not answered. That is the unwritten law within GMT. Any query in the classroom has to be answered with a smiling face. Then, there itself, we cannot close the session without answering any query. Right? So, we have about approximately 15 topics to be covered. I require about 25 to 30 hours of training. 25 is what we actually list, but it actually prolongs, because when I start teaching you Bollinger Band, when I start teaching you moving averages, when I start teaching you Williams R and CCI and RSI and MACD, I can actually go beyond 2.5 hours. There are sessions, I don't know if Mohit can confirm this or not, but there are times that I actually have taught for about 4.5 hours at a stretch. And I told the class much before that time that next class is going to be long. So please have your coffee and tea and water ready and munching snacks ready. And tell your family, do not wait for lunch. You either have early breakfast or have late high tea. And that is actually going to happen. At least on two days of the course, you will actually skip your lunch. Right? Now, before I go off, both Kamal and me mentioned, and even Aditya will agree to this, we always insist that you should ask your questions upfront. Now, why do we do this? As a faculty of management in Bombay University, I teach my students in Bombay University, management subjects. The rule of learning is the person who asks as many questions will learn the subject the best. He will ask a question, I will answer the question, the entire class will hear it. But the answer will be understood only by the person who has asked the question. So please, as I tell all my management students, learn to be selfish in life when you are a learner or when you are a student. But the more you ask, the more you will learn. The more you will absorb. So, Our sessions will never close till you have a question, and your questions should not wait for us to end and then you can ask. So please button, unmute and ask. You need not put a camera on, just unmute and ask. As faculties in GMT or as instructors, we are trained to take off from wherever you have interrupted us. We will not feel disturbed. So don't think that you're going to be disturbing the faculty when they're teaching you. They will not be disturbed. The more you question us, the more better we become as instructors, as mentors, or as trainers for you. So please do that. Right? So with that, I will stop here. Thank you. And if you have any more questions, you can ask me, or else we can ask Aditya or Kamal to take it off from here on. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, thank you, Vivek sir. So from here, I'll just invite Aditya to talk through the um, course registration and additional incentives that comes with the course.
Sure. Thank you, Kamal. Thank you, Vivek sir. Hi, everyone. My name is Aditya. And as Kamal and Vivek sir have already provided you with the background, so to end this, just wanted to let you know that the batch is going to start on the 12th of October. That is the upcoming Sunday. So if you are interested, or if any of your friends are interested as well, please ensure that you are able to join soon. There is a early bird discount wherein you'd be charged $450 instead of $475. And also, if you have any friends whom you can refer to who will be joining, then you will earn a referral bonus as well. And the referral bonus is not limited to one or two people. It depends on based on how many other people join, you'd get that referral amount of $20 for each person. And as explained, this is a course which can be started for someone who has not learned anything, who doesn't even know the basics of trading, who doesn't even know what a stock market is or what a candlestick is. We will start right from the basics, explaining to you everything right from the beginning. So if someone has not even heard about a stock market till now, or doesn't even know what a candlestick looks like or how it is formed, we will start from that basic level. And in terms of the duration, we have mentioned it as 25 hours. But again, as mentioned, we start on time, but we only end once we are able to clarify all your queries. In terms of the course content, as you can see, we have mentioned that there are 15 plus topics on trading. The reason we say 15 plus is we know for sure we teach 15 topics. In addition to that, if at all there are any additional topics that we feel would be relevant, we go ahead and teach them for free. We do not charge for that. And as mentioned, 25 hours of online learning session. And again, if you miss any sessions, we provide you with the videos. But again, if you want to join another session in future, when we have another session, you can enroll for free as well. And in terms of refresher lessons as well, we mentioned you can join for free for the first 3 months. But if at any point of time after 3 months also there is a class and you feel that there are certain topics that you need clarity on, or you need a refresher on, you are free to join. There are instances wherein people have joined for a complete course for free even after completing their course initially. So we would oblige. By that, we would not say, okay, since you've already joined it, why you're joining. And money back through profits, again, as mentioned, we would give you certain tips. When we say tips, it is based on analysis. We would provide you details as to how we were able to conclude that that is the right buy price or a sell price or a take profit or a stop loss price as well. We are going to do that. And in most of the instances, what we have noticed is if people are able to follow this, again, we would not tell you to blindly follow us, but try and understand what we have done, so that way you can implement it yourself. As Vivek sir has earlier mentioned, we are going to teach you how to fish, so that way you can trade on your own. Once you join this batch, or once you join this course, you also see that the previous members who were part of this particular session, or the previous learners, they would also be providing certain inputs as to, they would say certain stocks are at a good price to buy, this is the price to sell, and this is the price for a stop loss. Again, when they provide this, we analyze that. It is not only the teachers over here, but the other learners also would analyze and say, okay, why they think is the right price, or if they have any questions, they would say, okay, it might be appropriate to buy at another price or wait for it to rebound. So you would see that as well, and we would encourage everyone who is a member of this particular channel to do that, because that is how you learn. And handholding in GMT Premium Group, again, as mentioned, you might have questions not only related to what we teach, but there might be instances wherein you might have your own portfolio, wherein you feel you might need inputs or you're struggling to make profits. So we would help you with that as well on a personal front, just in case if you have any questions. And again, in the end, once you complete this course, you would be getting a certificate of completion at the end of this course, which would help everyone understand that you've taken this course. And one important thing to understand is people might say, okay, since we are based out of North America or Vivek sir is based out of India, would this only be relevant to people in that particular region? One thing to understand is whatever we teach would be relevant across the globe, across any markets, across any trading. You can trade your cryptos, you can trade in stocks, you can trade your options, and you can even trade forex. For any trading that you want to do, this would be the basis. You can use the terminologies, the analogies, and also the various indicators that we teach you on any of these on any of the global platforms, and also on any of the stocks, options, or cryptocurrencies. And in terms of what is required, as you can see on the screen, we say it's a computer or a laptop or a smartphone with internet. Ideally, we would go with a computer or laptop. The reason being, it is not only that we teach you the various topics. There are instances wherein you would get your hands dirty as well, wherein you would draw your supports, resistances, your trend lines as well, which would help you understand where you are with it and are you in the right direction. So ideally, we would suggest having a computer, laptop with an internet connection, and finally a zeal to learn. And one thing we want everyone to ensure is you start the course on time. So if we say it is 10 a.m., ensure that you're ready at least by 9:55, 5 minutes early. In case there are any queries, we always start the class at least 30 minutes early to clarify your questions or queries. So utilize this time, ensure that you're able to join on time, and then, as mentioned, right, once done with its course, we can guarantee you for sure that you'll be happy in terms of what you've learned. So that's it from my end. Does anyone have any questions or queries?
Thank
Okay,
you,
if
Aditya.
no questions, yeah, thanks,
Yeah,
Kamal. Thank you.
thank you, Aditya. Yeah, so we had this to share with you in this session. As Aditya and Vivek sir mentioned, this course is intended for you to become a consistently profitable trader with the skills that you get from the course. Um, we are now at a time where we have just 3 minutes remaining, but we would be happy to take any questions, and feel free to unmute and ask if you have anything that you would like to get answered that we haven't covered. Raj, Arif,
Yeah, I'm good.
right. No
Thanks,
questions?
Kamal. I'm good too. Thanks.
Okay, awesome. Amit, anything from you?
No, Kamal, all good from my side.
Okay, perfect. So it seems we have covered the content, and uh, that has also kind of answered probably what you were looking for. So um, glad that you are here. And if you still would like to clarify anything, please feel free to reach out to either of us on WhatsApp or through the contact number that uh, you would have from the WhatsApp groups. I hope that the course overview and the information that we have shared in this session helps you feel confident to enroll in the course, and you would be um, able to enroll through the website. You can use this link to go through the steps for enrolling in the course. The steps are pretty simple. If you have enrolled in any other online course, or if you have done any e-commerce purchase, the steps are pretty simple. However, if you still get any query in the enrollment process, feel free to reach out to us, and especially I'll be happy to help in completing the enrollment. I hope that you enroll in the course, and we see you in the class that starts next Sunday. With that, thank you all for joining, and hope you all have a good remaining part of your Sunday, and hope to see you next week. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Thank you, everybody. Thank
Thanks,
you very
Kamal.
much.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Take care.